Wallace is chewing a treat, so again, I apologize if you hear the chewing. I can't get him to leave this room when I'm filming, apparently. Wow, Wallace, that sounds painful. Is that a good treat? Is that a good treat? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina, and today we have a new background, kind of. I refreshed my background for 2020, and I'm enjoying it. I have a new little light over here. I wanted to go for a more in the library feel this year, and we will slowly be adding more Harry Potter stuff to the background throughout the year. A lot of my other stuff I've moved either to different areas of this room or they are in storage. I decided to completely remove my pop figures and just go for a more cozy vibe. So let me know down in the comments what you think of the new refreshed background. And now let's get into what we're doing today. So today is going to be my first Shop My Stash of 2020, and I'm excited. Right now my everyday makeup container is already empty, minus my Project Pan items. So if you don't know what's in my Project Pan, go watch that video as well. And then everything in my Shop My Stash at the moment will make sense, but we will not be pulling anything out of my everyday makeup drawers because I cleaned them the other day. Okay, so really what we're gonna be doing today is we're just gonna be pulling items to put in. This will be a relatively short Shop My Stash for the beginning of the year, but after that, my normal setup will continue where I review the items that I used for the month, tell you what I think of them, all of that, but for this month we will just be pulling items. Another thing that you will notice in today's video is I also rearranged my vanity. I switched the drawers, I put some things in different containers. I did do a small declutter. I didn't end up having a lot of things that I wanted to declutter. It was like maybe 7 items, but it was mainly things that have just gone bad. So I got rid of, I think, 3 Super Shock shadows because they were dry. I got rid of my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette because I've had it for years and I'm not reaching for it. It was already depotted and they had already broke like 4 times, so I got rid of those. And then I depotted the Casey Holmes and Physicians Formula palette thing that she had come out with. I depotted it and put it in a Z palette, so all of that will look a little bit different. But now before I jump into my vanity, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. I don't want you guys to miss out on any of my videos. And now that I've talked long enough, let's just hop over to my vanity. So this is no longer the Finn and Jake section, as you can see. This is now the creepy, you know, Harry Potter portrait section. This is where my lipsticks, my lip glosses, and my Super Shocks live, and I did declutter some of them like I said, and then down here in this section is where my foundations, concealers, and primers are now all located. I moved those around as well. So I'm not too interested in pulling too many more lip products because I really like to get into the vibe of my Project Pans at the beginning of the year to make sure that I'm doing okay. I also don't want to pull any more foundations because I have a few in my Project Pan and I have another Project Pan video going up on Friday. So I'm not too interested in pulling any more of those right now either. This top drawer, these are my lip glosses, which I have a brand new one in. I kind of want to pull this iconic London one or the Wet n Wild one. They're basically the same color. I'm thinking the Wet n Wild one looks like it's starting to separate a little bit here, so maybe I should pull this one in and try and finish it up. The iconic one is newer. Let's pull this Wet n Wild one. Let me make sure it smells okay. It's starting to smell a little off. Oh, I may have needed to declutter this one. I'm gonna pull it in and make sure it's not gone bad. There's the swatch of. The swatch of it's still really pretty. It's a really pretty lip gloss. And it's just one of those that I kept forgetting I owned. So I'm going to pull this guy in just so I can make sure that it's okay. Otherwise I will declutter it. And if I end up decluttering it, I'll just pull in the iconic London one instead. The rest are lipsticks and everything down here. I don't really want to pull any of those. So let's go down to the foundations. So like I said, in this drawer now we have my foundations, primers, and concealers. These are all located in there. I want to pull in the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I only have 2 concealers in my collection, so I want to pull this guy in just to rotate the 2 because I think there's a good bit of product in here still. But this is a pretty light concealer. It's lighter than my Pacifica one right there. And so I kind of want to use this a little bit this month. But other than that, I'm not going to pull anything else in right now just because there's a lot of Project Pan stuff happening, so I don't want to pull too much of that. So this drawer actually used to be all of my face stuff, and now it's all of my eyeshadow palettes and eye pencils, eyebrow stuff, eyelashes. Basically anything that goes on the eyes is in this drawer now. And like I said, I've just kind of moved stuff around and rearranged everything. Now you guys know I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes in my Project Pans right now. You'll see them when we go over to my vanity. So I don't think I want to pull in any more eyeshadows right now. Like I said, I want January to kind of be like an eased into month. But I do want to pull this guy. This is the Ciate London like eye luster. It's just like an eye glitter. I think it'll be a nice touch. It's really pretty to like add to looks. So just to keep my eye looks interesting, I think that would be a fun one to add in. I think that might be it because I don't really need an eyeliner. These are all palettes down here. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not really wearing eyelashes right now, and I can pull those in if I need them. So I think that's it. I know this probably isn't a very exciting shot my stash, but so then there's this drawer. So this drawer used to have my eyeshadows in it, and now it has all of my face stuff. This is the drawer where I want to pull some more. So this Ofra palette is where I pulled out that Casey Holmes Physicians Formula palette. So there's the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. I'm going to pull this in because I really want to play around with this blush some more. So you guys know I'm trying to pan a Tarte blush, but this one has like a sheen to it. And I feel like this one paired with the Tarte blush in my Project Pan could help me like make it look different and more lustrous. Also, the highlight is like really, really creamy. There's the highlight. And I think it will look really pretty like underneath my foundation, maybe, is what I want to try. I'm not really interested in the bronzer because I'm panning a bronzer. So I'm going to pull this guy in. I also want to pull in a face palette of some sort. I don't know if I want to do like the Tarte Park Avenue Princess again, because I don't have like any contours or anything like that. I haven't used this Cover FX one in a while, and I really like the brightener shade and the finishing powder. There is a contour shade in here. I just really like the finishing powder just gives my skin a nice glow. You can't see it on my hand at all. I think I'm gonna pull this guy in. I do currently have 2 highlights in Project Pans right now. One I haven't announced yet, but I still think I could probably pull in one more, possibly. What is this? This is Opal. Maybe I'll pull in Opal by Becca. It's a really pretty like goldy highlight. My hand is very shiny right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna pull in this little tiny Becca highlight. It's a little one. I think it's fine to add in. I probably won't use it too much just because, again, I'm trying to get in the swing of my Project Pans, but I think that's fine. Over here are my bronzers now. There's some over there. And then I think I want to pull in a blush. So my main thing with my Project Pan blush is I want to pull in luminizing blushes, which I already pulled my Wet n Wild shimmery pink blush over there to help me with that. But I think I want to pull in this palette. This is the Real Her Be Fearless Be Limitless palette. These are also really like shimmery kind of blushes. And I just think they'll be nice to go over top the Tarte one. So I want to pull this guy in too. And I know, really quick, really not that exciting, but I think that's going to be it, you guys. So as of right now, this is all I'm pulling into my Shop My Stash this month. I know the January ones aren't very exciting because I'm really trying to get a feel for my Project Pans. And this is like when it's the most overwhelming because they're all new. There's a lot going on. It's trying to get like a good battle rhythm going. So I know it's not very exciting, but we will go ahead and go over to my vanity, put these away. So here is my everyday makeup station. It looks a little bit different. I removed some things and moved it over a little bit to make more room for my background. And I like the way it looks. I have all my brushes over here. And as you can see, like a lot of that is really empty. So that's why we didn't pull too much, but we did pull some. So this right here is why we didn't pull any eyeshadow palettes, because these are all of my Project Pan and Eyeshadow Roulette palettes. There are a lot, so in case you don't know, I have Dream Street palette in my Pan That eyeshadows. I have the Alamar palette in that. I have the Urban Decay Born to Run in that. And then I have, in both projects, I have the Picante Carity palette. And then after that, I have the Violet Voss, a Pixie palette, a Milani palette. This is why I didn't pull any eyeshadow palettes, because I'm really trying to get into the feel of these projects. And hopefully it all will buff out and I'll be able to handle it. I have them all in this little paper organizer over here to help me see them. But I think later on in the year, once I get a good, rhythm going, we'll be able to pull in more eyeshadow palettes, but for now that's why that I didn't pull any. On top of my vanity, you can see I have my Project Pan primer and my Project Pan foundations and lotions and all of that, and my setting spray, so that's another reason why we didn't pull any of those. Then on top we have my lip products and some lip liners and eyeliners, but we did add in some more. So I have my concealer that we're adding in. We also have this eye glitter that we're going to add in, and the lip gloss that we're adding in. And I think up here at the top I should be able to fit this little Becca highlight, so I'll just put that guy right there, and that's done. We have my mascaras in here at the moment, and I think I should be able to probably fit this Real Her blush palette right there. And then on this side, we just have my brow products. I'm just gonna add the Cover FX powder face palette right there. And then at the bottom is where this Ofra palette is gonna go. And that is it. I think January is just kind of a rough month as far as Shop My Stashes, but starting next month, our normal schedule program, and it'll be back to normal. So I still hope you guys enjoyed this video regardless. Hopefully you guys are all having a great and successful start to the new year, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!